Listen, good afternoon, morning, we're part of the Global Rap. All right, let's make a distinction, right? So in the game of life, there are two fields that you have to pay attention to. So rule number one is you and I, we live in dimensions, right? We're always in dimensions. You get what you want by going to different dimensions. We live in 3 dimensions. We get what we want in the 3D world. The 3D world is a small world. It's like 1%, okay? You got to go to the invisible world. Those dimensions are invisible. So let's talk about them. So you're familiar with 5D. Everybody wants to get to 5D dimension, right? And I was teaching you guys and showing you guys about the 6th dimensions and even the 7th dimension, right? Now, if you want, we're gonna break them up into two categories, okay? If you're looking to become spiritually attuned, if you're looking to get higher self-knowledge and everything of that sort, you're going to end up in the 5th dimension. That's the highest state of consciousness. You have to get to the 5D. All right, that's part of it. You want to get to the 5D because the 5D can now transition you to the 6D. So you can't jump from 3 to 6. It doesn't work that way. You have to have the knowledge. You have to have the attunement, you have to have the enlightenment, and then you can gravitate and move towards the 6. Now here's where the 6 is. If you're manifesting, so this is for the lottery, so a lot of you are manifesting your lottery win, right? If you are manifesting like money, jackpots, lottery stuff, you have to do it in the 6th dimension. You cannot win the lottery in 5D. You cannot, anything with material, money, financial stuff, it cannot happen in the 5D. Because the 5D is a different density, It's an emotional frequency dimension. It's about knowledge, it's about changing your emotions, getting downloads, learning new things, applying new knowledge. It's all about the feeling state. It's about just the intuition rising up. You have to manifest in the 6th dimension to win the lottery. If money, you have to move from 5D to 6D. Now, remember I told you this. I said the only way you can get to the 6th dimension is you have to be invited to get to the 6th dimension. So even if you're in a 5D and you're not aware of the 6D, it can't get there. But congratulations to you now, because the invitation has now been sent to your email, your consciousness. By me making this video and making you aware of the 6th dimension, you have now been invited to the 6th dimension. Someone says invited by who? By the knowledge of the existence of the 6th dimension and what it entails. If you don't know something, you don't know it, so you can't experience it. When you know it, you know it. So by me making you aware of the 6th dimension, you have just now been invited to the 6th dimension. So now, if you're manifesting money or lottery, now you can go win it. So many of you have been manifesting the lottery win from the 5 dimensions. That's why it hasn't occurred yet. That's why you're having so much resistance, because you're mixing oil with water. It doesn't work. So now the question becomes, all right, so since I'm in the 6th dimension to win this lottery, man, how do I make it happen? So let me give you the blueprint to manifest and win the lottery in the 6th dimension. Here we go. The first thing is that every day when you wake up, your mindset have to be totally different. Your new mindset is one of what we talk about, and we call it expectation. So you have to expect that you are going to unequivocally win the jackpot. You can't believe, you can't wish, you can't hope one day I'll win. You have to expect. I mean, this is like money stuff, lottery stuff. So anything with success, your business, you have to expect. Now you're in the 6th dimension. So that's your new mindset. You can't let the old one come in every day. Now every day you wake up and you're doing your thing, and the old mindset is, I don't know, man, I hope. You got to kick that out. You got to be, I expect it. And the reason why, because in the sixth dimension, it's not a world of probabilities or possibilities. The sixth dimension, it's a world of creation. Everything is created. It's our setup in the sixth dimension. The win is there. You have the money. You are in there. Remember, the sixth dimension is geometry. It runs parallel. It's a side-to-side dimension. All the other dimensions go up and down in levels of awareness and consciousness. So that separates the sixth dimension. The sixth dimension is the parallel dimensions. It's the world beside the world. It's you having you there. There's a version of you there. Most people don't know how to do it. When people talk about quantum leaping and quantum jumping, they have no idea what they're saying. There's a lot of teachings. You have to be able to quantum shift and quantum leap. The reason why many individuals have a quantum shift or quantum leap, and it's been teaching a lot, because they are unaware of the sixth dimension. Everybody is attempting to quantum jump or quantum leap in the 5D. You can't do that. This is science now. We now know this through string theory. We now recognize that dimensions, let me break it down to you. These dimensions are what they call, they're compactified. Compactified means that on a quantum level, they curl up into themselves. So on a quantum level, there exists a whole new world. If it's happening on a quantum level, it must happen on the bigger level, because from the quantum becomes the bigger level. So you have macro and micro, right? Micro, quantum, macro, you and me, big stuff. So all things must mirror itself. So this is how we know these dimensions exist. So I'm going to back up with my story. When I won the lottery, I tapped into the sixth dimension, but I didn't know I was in the sixth dimension. I just mistakenly jumped in the sixth dimension at that time. Now, in retrospect, looking back, it was revealed to me that, Mark, you stumbled upon the sixth dimension and you didn't even know it. That's how you end up winning the lottery. And let me tell you why. Because number one, I always expected I was going to win. No matter when I was on a drought, there was this expectation in my mind that I have to win. Don't ask me why, but I just expected I was going to win. I was in the sixth dimension. The next thing is, I kept seeing a different version of me winning it. Remember, six dimensions runs parallel. So I was tapping into what you would call Mark's future self, the one that's already in the six, having everything set up. I would accomplish that by visualizing consistently a lot. And I mean a lot. I mean I loved it. I loved to visualize it. So a lot to me wasn't a lot. But it was my relax. When I was at work, man, I couldn't wait to get off and go into my bed and just visualize my win. I was just looking forward to that every time. I look at the clock. Okay, I got off work. Man, I'm just looking forward to visualizing. I was looking forward to existing and jumping into another world. I didn't know at the time that was what I was doing. That was just something that I just got to do it. And then I add music to it to influence me even more. So I would always listen to like my music, just like get into it. Man, I was just imagining driving my car, man, having my M3, man, just, man, I was at the office. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was in the sixth dimension, man. So I expected it, I visualized it. So what happened now, I transitioned, so I was already at the 5D, guys. So 5 dimensions, I was already there. And the reason why I was at 5D, because in order for me to manifest it, I had to know the knowledge, and my higher self was really plugged in. So I was getting a lot of downloads. So I already passed the 5D. That's what I'm saying to you. You guys now, if you're watching this, congratulations, you're already in 5D. This video could only reach individuals that are in 5 dimensions. The algorithm will not put this video to anybody below a 5-dimensional awareness of consciousness. It's impossible, because you can only resonate with what's compatible for you. You cannot resonate with incompatibility. The field will separate it. We live in a self-correcting code multiverse. Okay? This is why every day you go out, you will interact and meet things that are in coherence with you. If something is not in coherence with you, it cannot show up in your space. 5D is the emotional state. It's all about emotion. It's about knowledge and download. information and knowledge is emotion. It goes into your nervous system. Higher self download, that's emotional state. 6D is material state. The 6th dimension is where everything is already complete. That's where you get rich. That's where you get famous. That's where you get money. That's where you get everything. It's in the 6th dimension. It's called an inanimate dimension. And animate is live awareness states of being. You and me, we're animate creatures. Inanimate is money, cars, houses, businesses, everything that you would like to use in the 3D. It's already placed in the 6D. It's no longer a probability of existence. It is now it's a actuality of experience in the 6th dimension. Somebody comment here. I see somebody said the 4D. The 4 dimensions is time. It's from the 3D you get to 4. So 4 dimensions is a dimension of time. It's about linearity. It's about past, future, and present. It's your conscious mind linearity of time. So that's a dimension of time. So that's what we interpret time as. That's why you see months, years. It takes time. So you go from 4, you go to 5, then you go to 6. Now, 7th dimension, I made a video on the 7th dimension a couple of days ago. That's the highest level. Once you get to 7th, of course, there's other dimensions, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Those have nothing to do with your awareness and knowledge. Those are just dimensions of the raw data of the field processing. You don't need to be there. The 7th is the place to be. I can't, man, the 7th one, when you get to the 7th, got it. Someone says I'm on the 9th dimension. That's impossible. You cannot be on the 9th dimension. In the 9th dimension is just raw data of energy processing and recycling back. So you're not there. I mean, of course, your consciousness everywhere, but if you're speaking about awareness and things to use in the 3, the highest level you can achieve, my friend, is 7. Okay? So anybody telling you they're in 8th or 9th, they either have no idea what they're saying, or basically that's it. All right, so just to let you know, okay, I'm just letting you know. So I don't want you to get the wrong impression and someone says I'm on the 10th dimension, and I have to tell you, sorry brother, you can't be on the 10th dimension. The 10th dimension doesn't exist where your human brain can comprehend it. So we're talking about dimensions where you can be aware to use it, right? Exactly. So yeah, if he's in the 9th dimension, you're in the 21st dimension. I love that. All right, check this out. So now in the 6th dimension, when you're going to manifest your lottery, the first thing you have to realize is that you are doing it in another dimension. You are doing it with expectation, and you're applying the visualization part of it, okay? And now in the 6th dimension, what you have to realize now, you're going to have to separate your this is the tough one about spirituality individuals. Here's the limiting belief you got to knock out of your head, all right? And this is preventing you from reaching your success. There has been this taboo about spirituality. That spirituality basically means poor, like a hippie. You have a lot of knowledge, and you're living in a Winnebago and you're living in your RV, but you can't get a lot of money. You're not supposed to have a lot of money. You're supposed to be just just relax and be humble and just get your things to meet your needs. Do not try and do not seek to get a whole bunch of money. The root of money is all evil. No, my friends, if you are in that mindset, you have been tricked and you have been programmed by the matrix. That's how the matrix keeps you down. In the 6th dimension, it's all about the money. It's all about the lifestyle. You better want to get there, because that's part of being spiritual. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the lifestyle, you cannot fulfill your whole purpose. You cannot achieve what you want. You require money to teach. I require money to do this. I create content. I have people that create stuff. I circulate money. I pay money. People come in my content. It requires money to do this. All of this is money. If you can't accept that you have to be 2 people, yeah, you can be the humble spiritual guy, but you're also the rich, abundant version of you, that's when you're going to have problems. That was my problem when I was manifesting. I was stuck there. I thought to myself, well, Mark, you can't just go win the whole lottery, brother. If you win the lottery, people are going to think you're just all about materialistic and money, and how are they going to see you teaching and doing all this stuff? Then I realized the field says, hey, That's how the game works. You have to be a living testimony of what you want. If you want to, in other words, manifesting the lottery, okay? It's like this. If you want advice on marriage, would you go to a single person and ask them for marriage, or would you go to a person that's married? See what I'm saying? So the thing is, you guys have to get into your head that you have to get financially wealthy. It's a part of your destiny. You're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to be here just chilling and relaxing and just not achieving your life. And you have to think big. So the sixth dimension is inviting you to do that. You have to choose the reality where you are wealthy. You already got the 5D. It's already downloading you. That's good. Now go out and get what you want. If you want to manifest the lottery and all this stuff, you got to do that. You have to do that. It's open for you. So here, let me set the slates clean again for you. In the 5D, it's all about you, the attunement. In the 6D, it's about the money. 6D can only be accessed to invitation. 6D can only be accessed to expectation. 6D can only be accessed to intense visualizations. 6D can only be accessed to a lot of question affirmations about money. That takes you to 6D. Now here's what happens. Once you enter the 6D and you got the invitation, now what happens is now you become entangled with the sixth dimension. Now the lottery signs start showing up. Now the winds start pouring in. Now the dreams start coming in where the numbers are hopping. Now you will get it. That's in the sixth dimension. So, manifesting your lottery, now you know, jump from 5D to 6D. Now here's the interesting thing. When you're in 6D now, you can go back to 5D. Okay? But if you haven't been invited to 6D, you can only be stuck in 5. So when you go to 6, you can jump back to being your cool spiritual self, and you can go back again and be in the 6. Let me tell you something. The most fascinating thing about the 6th dimension is this. Your ego loves the 6th dimension. You will get the least amount of resistance in the 6th dimension from your ego, because your ego loves certainty. Things that are certain. In the 6th dimension, everything is done, so your ego can see clearly. Your ego loves the lifestyle, it loves the money, it loves the success, all of that stuff. So you think your ego is going to bother you when you're in the 6th dimension? Your ego is going to be loving. Your ego is going to say, man, I love this place. This is my kind of place. Yes, let's go. Your ego struggles the most with you in the 5 dimensions, because in the 5D, the ego can't express itself. It says, this is boring, man. I can't get no finances, man. I got to be humble. I want to curse that. I mean, come on, man. I'm better than this. When you're in the 6th dimension, the ego becomes your friend. Your ego's like, let's spend more time in the 6th dimension. So your ego will, the tool that was used to disengage you is now the tool that helps to liberate you. So the ego that was against you now is your best friend, because now you're in its domain. So if anyone's wondering, Mark, how did you control your ego? I took him to the 6th dimension. That's it. My ego now is my friend. Yeah, it erupts every now and then, but it remembers. We go to 6D. He knows I'm always going to go to 6D. I'm not going to be so hard on Mark, because Mark is fulfilling what he's supposed to do. He knows he's supposed to be abundant. He's reaching for abundance. He's helping the tribe to get abundance. That's my type of language. I'm all with it. So when you're in the 6th dimension, you don't get a lot of resistance. That's why it's manifest so quickly and easily in the 6th dimension. But people are scared to dream big. They are scared to get the money, the abundance. They think when they get success and the money and the abundance, you're going to get a lot of scammers, haters. I've told you before, if you are going to change your life in an abundant way, you have to welcome those type of things. You got to welcome trying people to scam you, people to hate, because it's a part of the game. And if you can't welcome that, it's not going to happen. If you're scared to win the lottery because all these people are going to find out, and oh my God, I'm going to be in a different tax, or what about this, then you're not meant to do it. All right? So if you're someone that's manifesting lottery, success, and you want to get into that and change your life, and of course you can do it, because now you know everything is energy, and you can entangle with it and it becomes your reality because it all exists in the 6th dimension. Someone says I need some tips. I just gave you guys the tips. I gave you guys the 3 big tips. Every day, get up, expect it. Intense visualization. Use affirmations about winning it. So we have to shift identities. Your identity automatically shifts when you hit the 6th dimension. When you hear teachers, okay, anything about identity shifting, guys, the reason why so many people, think about this, there's so many teachings and everything about identity shifting. Most people, they are identity shifted in the 5D. If you want to identity shift to change your consciousness to become a better person, you know, which is good, it works for you in the 5D. If you want to shift from a chronic warrior to become more enlightened, yes, identity shift works there. But if you're identity shifting from money and abundance, you cannot do that in the 5D. It can only happen in the 6D. So imagine someone, they didn't know this. They're identity shifting from money and abundance or winning the lottery, but they're doing it in 5 dimensions. See? If they didn't come across this video, if they don't watch this video, if they don't know this, they're going to be lost. They're going to continue to shift with identity in the wrong dimension. See, now you get it? Okay, good. Other than wealth, what else can you get from the 6D? All possibilities. It's an inanimate dimension. There's nothing but abundance and physical things. It's a creative thing. You can't get anything else from there. You don't need anything else from the 6th dimension. Everything else in the knowledge and the higher self in the 5th dimension. Now, if we jump to the 7th dimension, that's the king of the king. The king of the king. The 7th dimension, you're gonna have to do some work to get there. First of all, you cannot get to the 7D unless you master the 5, unless you get into the 6 and you're accustomed to the 6. Then, only then, you can get to the 7D. And the 7th dimension is also about invitation. But it's not about me making you aware of the 7th dimension. That's not how the invitation works. I'll give you one big tip to get to the 7th dimension. And a matter of fact, I told you guys, school is on. My school platform, the next course will be getting into the 7th dimension, mastering it. But let me give you some tips of what the 7th dimension is and how powerful it is when you apply it. First of all, the invite list to get to the 7th dimension is a total body transformation, not muscles or anything like that. Okay? The 7th dimension have to do with your metabolic state, with your digestion state, with your gut and the brain. So to get to the 7th dimension, your whole lifestyle have to change about how you eat, when you eat. Here's how it goes. All individuals that get to the 7th dimension, they have a daily routine where they fast at least 16 to 18 hours a day. If you are not there, you cannot access the 7th dimension, my friends. Okay? I'll tell you the truth. No one's going to tell you this. Everyone will tell you, yeah, you can get to all the dimensions. No, you can't, because it takes your body, your immune system, your nervous system. They transmit frequencies. They have to be in a certain state. So if you're going to get to the 7th dimension, you better start practicing now. At least for the minimum requirement, you have to be at a fasting window at least 4 times per week between 16 to 18 hours. If you can't do that, you cannot get to the 7th dimension, my friends. Sorry. Got it? Now, when you get to the 7th dimension, here's what happens. First of all, I did a video about the 7th. I'll do it again to break it down what the 7th is. The 7th is the morphogenic field. It's the etheric field. I'll make it simple. It's the life force dimension. It's where the energy that makes you and I come from. It's the cell. In your cell, mitochondria produces energy called ATP. What is ATP? Where does ATP come from? We just know it creates. ATP is the energy of all the cells. If you don't have ATP, you are dead. Nothing can come into existence. It's the fuel that gives everything a life force. That's the dimension, the 7th. In the 7th, it's not a place like the 6th. It's a place of pure energy moving around. So in your cells have a natural vibratory state. In the 7th dimension, you can play with your cells and energy. You can turn them up. Your heart rate has an electromagnetic field of about 6 to 7 feet. In the 7th dimension, you can extend that up to 20 feet. In the 7th dimension, you can remote view instantaneously. You can astral project without sleeping. You can walk and astral project. You can see things in real time. You can influence the random number generators. You can get a lottery number to come in today and it come out in 4 days. In the 7th dimension, you can make someone do what they want, what they wouldn't want to do for you. You can make them do things for you. In the 7th dimension, you are clearly seeing everything before it happens. In the 7th dimension, everything heals fast, instantaneous. In the 7th dimension, your skin rejuvenates. You stop aging a lot. You slow down aging. In the 7th dimension, it is trippy. Okay. Sounds like something you'd like to get into. Well, that's the next course. So you know where to find me. School, link in the bio. That's the next class assignment coming up after we finish our 21-day channel and higher self course, which we're into right now. And I know a lot of you guys that do follow me are already ready for the 7th, because a lot of you guys are doing fasting in a certain way. You guys are fasting. So for you beginners, let me help you. So to get yourself prepped for your 7th dimension stuff, start practicing now. Don't jump into 16 to 18-hour windows of fasting. It's not healthy for you. Don't do it that way. Start slowly. So my advice for you is to do this, is to make sure if you can eat twice or 3 times twice a day, fine. But here's the easiest thing for you guys, because many individuals have different biology, different chemistry. So those don't say, oh man, Mark, I'm going to start my 16, and then you end up in a hospital because your sugar level drops. Don't do that, all right? Here's what you do. It's the easiest way for you to get started. Start this way. In the first week, make sure the first 2 weeks, just make sure your last meal is about 2 hours before bedtime, all right? In the next 2 weeks, switch it up now to 3 hours before bedtime. The next 2 more weeks, your body get accustomed, you get to 4 hours. Once you get to 4 hours, you're good to go. Now you can excel it up to the 10 hour, 12, 13, 16, 18 hour window. Okay? The 7th dimension is not going anywhere. So you don't have to rush to get there. You got to prepare your body. How much for the next course? The next course is a subscription. You subscribe to it, membership, so you all get all the courses there. All right, now you have it. So for you guys to manifest your lottery and money, you want to be in the 6. If you want to take it to the next super level, you get to the 7th. And I'll tell you something. Listen to this. Okay? Pay attention. You can go search up anywhere on YouTube, anywhere. You will not find anybody teaching you and telling you about the 6th and the 7th dimension in this way of how it works. I challenge you to go do that right now. Why you won't find anybody doing that? Because it's not out there. Why isn't it out there? Because that information can only be accessed to someone that's in a higher dimension, 6 or 7. So I got that download to give it to you. And this is also backed up by science. So for you guys, I'll even bring the receipts to you. You can go to your chat GPT right now and you can go type in what I've just said to you and say, hey, this guy told me this. Is there any scientific truth about this? Is this guy right or this guy's a wacko? And watch what your chat GPT will tell you, my friends. So I will stress it again. If this video reaches you, you are one of the selected few. There are billions of people. This video will not reach a minute amount of that. So again, go search this up. You will never find anything about this, the 6th. When someone talk about the 6th dimension, they're going to tell you the 6th dimension from a unified field theory point. You will never see the 6th dimension in the point that it was really meant for you to see it. Or even the 7th. Most people don't. Have you ever heard of the 7th dimension this way or the 6th? No, you haven't. So, the science, so how do we know this is true? Well, now we know since 2022, and the physicists won that Nobel Prize for showing reality is non-local, this 6th and 7th dimension ties up exactly with how reality works. This is why I'm bringing it out now, because now I have the receipts. You know, I knew this. I have this knowledge here for 4 years. The 6th and the 7th. I had it for 4 years. The reason I bring it out now is because now you can understand it. If I brought this to you 4 years ago, it would pass over your head. The reason now I'm bringing this out is because in 2022, Nobel physicists won the Nobel Prize. Sorry, physicists won the Nobel Prize for showing reality is non-local. So now you can take your receipt and go look it up. This is the reason I bring it out now. Everything I bring out when the receipt is there. If the receipt isn't there, I'm not going to bring it. But I know the receipt will be there, because it doesn't make sense to bring something out and you can't go fact check it. You can't make sure it's real. You just, this is not no trust me bro type of teaching. Trust me bro, trust me, this is how it works. This is receipt. So these things I have inside of me and I hold them. Yeah, 4 years ago, people would laugh and say, oh, this guy's crazy. Not today, because now we know that reality is not real. It's fake. Anyways, that's it for today's lesson. Knowledge is power. Knowledge without implementation is futile. So keep doing it. Keep manifesting. See you at the top. And happy manifesting. And I'll see you new school students in school.